And how has the evolution of Silicon Valley impacted some real estate trends?
Well, when I arrived here, I moved to Sunnyvale, bought my first house for $33,000 and
Wow.
$1,000 down. It was primarily in agricultural and a military industrial developments. Companies like Lockheed and others like that were building primarily military equipment for things like the Naval Air Station in Sunnyvale. Technology companies began to grow. We're talking about Apple, Cisco. They were technology companies that were startups back in the 60s and the 70s.
Right.
Hewlett-Packard is another one. And as that industry began to grow away from the military aspects of Silicon Valley, or was Santa Clara County at the time, this is even before Silicon Valley that term was coined, people started moving here. And so what was largely an agricultural area, there were 3 agricultural canneries. There were 3 canneries in Sunnyvale alone. People started moving here, and so the developers started tearing up all of the orchards that were here and building residential communities,
Right.
primarily single-story, single-lot on 2,000 square foot homes on a cul-de-sac, and so that's how this area transitioned. So it came with the real estate as well as the technology were transitioning about the same time. And then later on, of course, others like Apple and Google and companies that came on. I would call Apple and Google, Facebook maybe as second tier or transitional things.
I see.
And so that's when Apple and Google and Facebook and others really transitioned the whole industrial complex that we have here into what we know today as Silicon Valley.
Check the full episode on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcast.